at our world today, I think the left has really hijacked and manipulated so many young minds. And so I look around and see people my age, and I just know that being able to defend what I believe and what I think is the best for our country is so important, and it can encourage other people around me to really see the truth.
I think younger people are getting more and more confused on what freedom means and what loving America means, and it's getting really twisted by the left.
It's, like Ronald Reagan says, freedom's only a generation from being taken away. So it's about all of us getting together, being engaged in our communities, and being sure that we're electing people that believe in constitutional values.
I feel like anyone I follow that's got a conservative following, almost anything you see of their posts, or if you want to go follow them, it shows a tag for misinformation, or you try and follow them, it says you might not want to follow this person, and you start to see through that and realize that everything really is controlled by the left.
I don't trust them at all. I think there's a very clear bias, and I think it's really affecting the state of our country in a really negative way, because the media is feeding people their version of the truth when it's not the truth. So when you lose the truth, what's left?
It's hard to actually gauge a rational perspective on certain issues because they only give what they want to give,
We're going to have people fighting for our freedom. We're going to have people fighting for our future. And so it may look bad somewhere else, but I'm just keeping my eyes on the positive, and that there are people out there. As much as there are people fighting for the bad, there are people fighting for the good.
I'm young, so I'm a bleeding heart. So the part of me is we got this, and I do think society's a pendulum, and we're gonna always swing one way to the other. At least that's my belief. And so I do like to think 2022 is gonna be really good. Virginia was a good hope for that.
I have future hopes of running for office one day, and so you have to stay motivated. I work in politics, and every day I kind of get discouraged seeing what's happening, but I know that we need good people in politics, so that's what keeps me going.
I'm very optimistic. I think that people are waking up, looking at this past 2 years of President Biden. People are starting to see what the left can do when we give them power. So I think people are waking up, and I'm excited, and I really think that we're going to see a change.
I think it means advocating for your own personal freedom, but at the same time, just being a proponent of the Constitution and following God.
I mean, both my parents came here from China back in the 1990s. Both of them worked their way through college. For me, I feel like in America, anything is possible with hard work.
It means, honestly, to just live your life, trying to better yourself. And it also means to help your fellow countrymen.
Just having the freedom to build a life for myself and choose what I can do.
So I'm actually an immigrant. I was born in Latvia, so being an American means everything to me. My family came here because there was religious persecution in our country, and you couldn't have any other different beliefs than what the government told you. So being able to live in a country where I can choose what I get to believe is really important to me.